Buongiorno Massimo.
Buongiorno Martina.
Buongiorno Martina, buongiorno Massimo.
Buongiorno carissimo.
Buenos días a todos.
And welcome to your place, Massimo.
Grazie. I'm very happy to be here.
Massimo and I, we are both Italian, and Massimo is living in California since almost 39 years. Massimo, we have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Regarding your experience during your process to be owner in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So, first question for you, Massimo. Why did you decide to bring your investment from California all the way here to the Riviera Maya?
Well, first of all, I think it's mainly a geographical decision because, as you know very well, Italy is 15 hours away flying, and Mexico is only 4.5 hours to Cancun. And the beautiful thing that happens to me specifically, because I live in California, Southern California, is that I am very close to Tijuana. So I normally drive to Tijuana, cross the border there, and take the plane from the actual Tijuana airport, and then be here in 4.5 hours, right?
Great.
And also, of course, the climate, you know, the people. I love Mexico personally. The food, I mean, what else is there to say? Right? There's a lot of beautiful things here. But I'm sure you have more questions for me, so we can maybe...
I do have more for you.
You do.
So actually, Massimo, during the process, what was the biggest concern about investing in another country?
Well, mainly is representation. I mean, you want to be able to be safe with your, transferring money in another country, of course, anywhere in the world, right? But you want to be safe and you want to be represented properly. And I think that the main reason of why I'm here really is you.
Thank you.
And I met other people, etc. I've been to a different country. I went to Japan, Brazil, went to San Pedro in Belize. I tried to look for a place that it was going to be close enough to California, but completely a different world. But anyway, and I think a couple of years ago, you and I met through common friends.
Correct.
Also Italian. and then that's it. I mean, you brought me few different projects, and I ended up just getting one of them. So that's pretty much what it is. That's why I'm here.
It's
Grazie,
so
Massimo.
nice, you're not like living here, you're coming, you're liking Mexico, you're liking the Riviera Maya, you like to invest, you like to invest with Martina. So you think it was very important to have somebody here on site, to help you with the process, because you were doing it from far away, really. You started the process when you were living in California.
Right, and well, it's paramount for you to know somebody on the ground, so to speak, right? Boots on the ground, right? Your soldier, right? The person that is going to fight for you is going to just, represent you properly. We all know, real estate. I'm in real estate in California myself, so I know that it's all about commission. But unfortunately, the commission, it's not really the fulcrum of what you want to try to do, especially when you meet honest people. And so the commission is secondary, right? The rest is all about trusting somebody. So, and that's my theory also when I do business in California. The commission will come. You have to just make sure that your client is taken care of.
Exactly.
So Massimo, now that you are walking here through this beautiful gated community, how do you compare the original renders and what I show you during our conversation with this reality?
Right. Well, renderings are always, you can Photoshop, you can do a lot of things with it. Of course, you can make it better. Most of the time, they get better, right? But the reality is very, very close, if not even better, to the rendering, So I'm very pleased with the product at the end, and obviously, we're in the process of actually beautifying and making it perfectly, to the T. But right now, it's what I was looking for.
Great, Massimo. So, compared to your lifestyle in California, What do you enjoy most about your day-to-day here in Mexico? I know that you just bought your scooter and you go around, everywhere
I
around.
bought the scooter. Yes, I did. And I do power walks every day. Well, obviously, you unplug yourself from the rat race, if you will. Although in California I'm pretty laid back, I'm trying to retire, and so I'm kind of relaxing a little bit. But obviously, when you come here, the weather alone is going to take you to do certain things that you've never done. Now, California's got beautiful weather, etc., but the beaches, the ocean, and this is the Caribbean Ocean. It's lovely.
And you'll love it.
Very nice and cold, and the beaches are not quite like that. I mean, your beaches are awesome, and the fact that literally, what I love about this place? I love the weather. The weather, it's awesome because it could rain, cats and dogs, and then all of a sudden the sunshine. It's like when we were talking the other day, you said, "Oh, and that's not a very good day." I said, "Yeah, it's a beautiful day." So she goes, "It's overcast and cloudy. Like, give it an hour, and then the sun is out." So I love that about the Caribbean.
So Massimo, if a friend of yours in California would like to invest in the Riviera Maya here in Mexico, but they will have some concerns, what would be your advice, about your whole pre-sale process, buying pre-sale, about the assistance that you had on site from Martina? What could you tell them?
Well, my first impulse will be to refer them to Martina. That's the bottom line. Because that's the person I trust, that's the person I have a direct communication. I mean, we talk even for things that are not related, we became friends out of all these things on top of it. And between Italians, it's not that easy. So, but definitely talk to Martina. And I think I sent a few people to you, and whether or not they closed or not, I'm not sure. But, that's all I can do. I believe in the project, I believe in the community that is happening, therefore I'm all in, right? And the concern of them obviously is, okay, where am I sending the money? Are my money protected? If the project is not yet completed, what am I buying? Do I get my money back? All these type of questions will be probably what they will ask, So, and obviously this is a legitimate, enterprise, right? And,
Absolutely.
And we are just, it's just a matter of like making them comfortable to know that, hey, you know what, you're protected. You have somebody that is really taking care of your interest, in Mexico. And just basically, trust the process. And Martina sent me contracts, and they're like in Spanish and English. So it's pretty simple. And we went back and forth a few times, right?
Yeah.
Several times, because I have questions. And she's always there, very available to say, hey, this is what it is, and this is what happens, and this is what. So that's enough for you. Right?
Beautiful. Well, thank you for your time, Massimo. Thank you for sharing your experience with us and everybody who wants to invest in Mexico. Well, firsthand,
Right, absolutely.
Grazie mille, Massimo.
Ma prego, certo. Piacere mio.
Thanks for sharing this video of Espuja Beach Residential in the Riviera Maya. Subscribe to the channel. We have more videos coming. We want to meet you also on your next trip to the Riviera Maya. Thank you to Massimo. Thank you, Martina.
Gracias.
Welcome to Espuja Beach Residential Resort. Subscribe to the channel.
Ciao.